Hey Stampin' friends, welcome to the Joy of Stampin' with Rachel. I'm Rachel Kuhn and it's our Fun Fold Friday. Today I have a Christmas themed card for you, and this time it is a gift card holder with kind of like a little sliding pocket. Go ahead and hold while I flip and we'll get started. All right, hopefully you guys can see everything great. Let me slide it a little bit more forward for you guys. There we go. All right, welcome, welcome. As always, Fun Fold Friday. Be sure to comment because one lucky person who comments will get the card that I am making in our video today. I'm using the Tidings and Trimmings stamp set. It has this awesome saying right here that was just the right size. It says it's the most wonderful time of the year. And then I'm also using just the sprig here, and then the wishing you a joyful Christmas and Happy New Year. I'm using the brand new paper called Ever Eden Specialty Design paper, and it's awesome because it has these great gold flecks to it. There we go. Get it shining just right. And we're going to use a different style of it with our card we're making today, just so you can show the difference of the two. But let me show you the cool thing about this card. So we have the little tree here that helps keep this secure and down. And then we're going to go ahead and just open this up. And as we open it, slides open the pocket that holds a gift card. I have a movie theater gift card right here, and it just nestles right into that little pocket, and it folds back down, and then we can put it back underneath that tree. Super cute card. This was inspired by Dawn Griffith, one of my favorite stampers, and she shared a similar card like this, but she used a deer instead and just different DSP. So you can modify this fun fold with whatever you have. But I do think the stamp set's amazing and this paper is just gorgeous. All right, there are lots of pieces here today. So let me tell you a little bit about each one. I'm using the Open Weave Soft Succulent ribbon. It's great, it's sheer. I have about 12 inches, and that helps keep our bottom secure. And then we have a piece of basic white, that's a 4x3. I've die cut out our basic white circle and a scalloped one in the soft succulent. We'll glue those together after we stamp. I've used our pine tree punch to create this cute little pine tree in the evening evergreen. And then I have our card base and our pieces of DSP. Let me go ahead and show you the card base real quick. So it's a 4 1/4 by 11, and I have it scored at 2 places. We have it scored at, let's see, 3 1/4 and 8 3/4, and I'll have all these measurements over in the link below in my description or in the comments to my blog, so you can have these written down for you. All right, and then we have our DSP, and there are a couple pieces to this. Let me tell you each one. They are all 4 inches wide, and this one is a 4x6. Then we have a 4x2, 4x2 1/2. And a 4x, oh, sorry, this is a 3, 2 1/2, and 2. So those are ones. I also have them showing to let you know which is the top, bottom, pocket. All those will be on my blog as well, just because sizing gets a little bit confusing. All right. For this piece here, however, the 4x6, you do need to score in 2 spots. And it's hard to see on the DSP. There we go. So I have it scored at 1/2 inch on one side, and on the other side I have it, or if you put it in your score, you'll do a 1/2 inch, slide it, and then you go to the 5 inch right here, which just gives you an inch. So it just depends on how you want to score it. For this, what we need to do is go ahead and bend this part down and fold this part up, just like that. And if you wanted to, for your DSP that we'll use later for our pocket, which is the 4 by 2 1/2, make sure we're, yep, this will be the bottom part of a pocket. And we can glue that on with it having so it's the same look to it, or we could have it like I have in this one, and I flipped over the DSP. So this cool looking ombre is on the other side of that DSP. So it's up to you if you like it to be this double-sided like that, the same, or if you want it to have 2 different tones of DSP. I personally like the double look to it. However, this one is kind of trippy. When we do it that way, it looks like you can't even see the pocket. It's kind of hidden, like a hidden pocket. So it just depends on what preference you like. Before we get going with that, let me go ahead and stamp our spots on here before I forget and get too excited. I do like to stamp usually first. It's one of the steps that I suggest doing. So we have the Evening Evergreen, and we're going to go ahead and ink that up, our stain. I'm using that. It's the most wonderful time of the year. As you can tell, mine I've used for past tense with a shade of red, and it will stain it. And that is okay because it does not transfer. Even though it's not that beautiful clearness anymore, there's just something about a red coloring of ink that will stain these photopolymers. Okay, let's see how it turns out. Perfect. That turned out great, actually. All right, for the inside, what we can do now is go ahead and stamp in our little saying, the wishing you a joyful Christmas and a happy new year. And just kind of have that top center. And then if you wanted to, you can add the soft succulent and add a little bit of stamping on the corners, just to add a little bit extra. And I like these little branches because I think they match pretty well. There's even these ones if you wanted to match it really well with this paper too. So just up to you. Let me go ahead and grab this little guy, and we'll ink that up in the soft succulent and just do a corner and another corner down here. Just like that. Okay. Now we should be ready to start assembling. We'll put these things aside. Go ahead and glue our circles together. I'm flipping over one. Oops, sorry. I just dropped my glue holder. And it's really dark in my house today, so I turned on my light, but it creates shadows, so I apologize. We've had kind of a very misty, overcasted day today. Okay, so that one's glued on. And then what we need to do is start gluing on our DSPs and getting our scores ready. So I'm going to use my bone folder here to help me with the crease on this one. The top is the bigger part. So you'll take your DSP and you can just match it. So we know that this one will go right here. That's the right size. Glue it on so we can have a little bit of liquid glue so it can wiggle. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Just about that. You want to have a border on all sides. Looks good. And then the smaller piece, which is just the 2-inch, goes down here on the bottom. Like that. What you're going to try to do is line it up from the top to the bottom so they look like they go together. Okay, we'll set that aside real quick and let's get our DSP from the inside. So for this part here, we need to glue on our piece of paper there. So what we're going to do is just put a little bit of glue right there on that tab, and then you could face it this way, facing down, and match your lines. Just like that. You want to let it dry for a little bit, or press hard on it for a second. Then for this one, we are going to add glue, and we're going to have this be our pocket piece. This was the 2.5 by 4. Again, I think I'm going to keep it so that this is the really cool looking spot. We're going to put a little bit of glue on here and then attach this one. There we go. Create that pocket. And now we just need to add this to our card base. And what we need to do is go ahead and put some liquid glue on the back of our basic white. Open it up and attach it to that bigger part on the top here. I just want to have all of those pieces like a border around it. Okay, go ahead and use your bone folder to help you with that crease a little bit more. And the cool thing about this now is that it will move as we open and close now that it's attached there. However, we want to keep this bottom down. So we're going to grab our ribbon and put this right around it. And we're just going to do a knot. Like I said, it's about 12 inches. And I love this sheer ribbon because it's pretty even on the back. I usually don't like people to see the back side of ribbon when you have it on a front of a card or like on the flap of it or anything. But this one is so pretty because it is lays flat and it's sheer. Let me show you how pretty that is, even on the back there. Gorgeous. We'll grab our ends after we tie that knot and just cut them at an angle. Sorry, they're a little slippery. There we go. Because it's like a very, like a satin almost ribbon, I want to say. Maybe. I've been using these scissors with glue, so I might have glue on it that need to get it washed. Okay. Looking awesome. Let's go ahead and steal our gift card out of this one so you can see that this one is also working that same way. Perfect. And now we just need to add our pine tree and our cool saying on the front. We're going to use dimensionals. So flip them over to the back. And you want to use a dimensional only on the top of your circle and only on the bottom of your tree. So I'm going to have this one go just about there. I could probably have it, leave that very top part empty. For this one, just the top then, and nothing on the bottom. We're going to put this one on first. So remove the backings, flip it over, and lay it where you want it, about center here. There we go. And then we'll take off the backings of our tree. And I like to have the tree to cover our ribbon a little bit on the front to help keep it in place as well, because that's not attached with any adhesive at all. So we want to have that overlap there, and we want to have the tree just going a little bit over that circle here, right there, because that's going to help keep it closed until we're ready to open it. And then I'll just flap open like that. And then we can just tuck it back in carefully. There we go. When we're ready to close it again. Super cute card, you guys. I hope you've had a great time learning how to make this one and give it a try. I know gift cards are a great gift to give for coworkers or teachers, and they will love getting a gift card when it's made with something super special like this. All right, you guys, I hope you had a great time watching and learning this fun fold, and have a great weekend. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.